Hello and welcome everybody out there in Open Spaces Sportsland. Clint Cox and Ross Cole on your broadcast today. We find ourselves in Alameda, Kansas, where the Northern Valley Huskies will play host to the Greeley County Jackrabbits. They jumped on a bus 3.5, maybe 4 hours ago. It's 3 hours travel time if you can avoid the road construction, which they didn't. And but they did get here, Ross, eventually to make that trip. It's a beautiful 55 degrees out here on this wonderful green field we got going on here. The all-natural turf here, as Northern Valley's elected to keep that turf and not go to the AstroTurf. But the one factor that might come into play is a little bit of wind out there, Ross.
We'll see a lot of rushing game today. I'm glad it's a little bit colder because usually afternoon games are 90 degrees. So we'll see a lot of running and not a lot of passing, as coaches pointed out when we talked to them before the game. So,
well, with that, we're going to kick it to our sponsors here, give them a little run, and then we'll be back with your player spotlights and keys to victory. We are 16 minutes away from kickoff. Thanks for joining us here at Open Spaces Sports.
Nature's Vet Clinic is located in Alameda, Kansas, and they serve the fine folks of Phillips County and Norton County, and in and around the Alameda and Northern Valley area, and of course Long Island as well, and even into southern Nebraska. All Creatures Vet Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and you can reach them by calling 785-669-2227. Small animal care, large animal care, it's all available at All Creatures Vet Clinic, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies athletically and academically. At Equity Bank, they mean more. More solutions for your finances and more bankers standing by, whether that's in our lobbies or in the drive-thrus. They're at the Equity Bank. They're proud members of the community, big supporters of high school athletics. They shoot straight, and you score when it comes to no ATM fees nationwide. And don't forget to ask about Equity Bank Insurance, which offers an array of insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Alameda or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com to let them show you why equity means more.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank and Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Welcome back with your pregame setup here for Open Spaces Sports. Ross, we talked a lot about a lot of different players before, just off camera, but when it comes to player spotlight, who do you like on the Northern Valley side here today?
For Northern Valley, I want to feature Gavin Tallheim. He's the leading tackler for the Huskies, averaging over 15 tackles a game, a pretty aggressive linebacker. It seems like at the snap of a finger, he's ready and in there to tackle. Running back, quarterback, doesn't matter. He's getting a lot of tackles today. And he also is kicking for the Huskies now. He had 4 touchbacks against the Triplanes Brewster Titans. So when we see Northern Valley kicking into the wind, I'm sure we'll see Gavin Tallheim kicking deep and electing for touchbacks and placing the Jackrabbits back on the 15-yard line instead of giving them good yardage at the 40 to start their drives.
The sophomore Gavin Tallheim stands 6 foot tall and weighs 165 pounds, but he brings the wall up, and they're going to feature him as well in the backfield and hand the ball to him. Flip of the script, and we'll go look at those Jackrabbits. Who do you want to spotlight over there for that Jackrabbit team?
For the Jackrabbits, number 1, Lincoln Schaefer runs their offense. He's placed at running back now. Number 5 for the Jackrabbits, that is Kason Felty, is their starting quarterback, also a senior for the Jackrabbits. Lincoln gets the bulk of the carries, and he also throws the ball for the Jackrabbits as they line up in shotgun and pitch back to him. He's a good scramble quarterback. They throw a few screen passes, and he tries to find guys downfield. He usually plays safety for the Jackrabbits as well. He's a tall and athletic junior for the Jackrabbits. So Lincoln Schaefer makes that offense run, and I want to point out number 2, Gael Yanez on the defensive side. He's a big freshman for the Jackrabbits. You'll see him in on lots of tackles for Greeley County.
You know, coming off the bus, I agreed with you. You know, everybody across this state knows that name, Lincoln Schaefer, for his heroics on the basketball court as well as on the football field. But coming off the bus, Yanez, man, that guy looks big. He looks like he's going to be a handful for the Huskies here tonight.
Yes, he's early mature for a freshman and probably their leading tackler as well.
Well, it's after that player spotlight, we've got a few more sponsors, and then we'll come back with keys to victory. We are still 11 minutes and change from kickoff, so get ready for that. Grab your popcorn early, be ready to go for football in a short order, but thank you to these sponsors.
When it comes to personal service and minor tune-ups, tire repairs, and more, you can depend on Home Oil Company of Almena. Whether it's filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics. Long Island Feed and Grain is a proud supporter of the Northern Valley Huskies year after year. At Long Island Feed and Grain, they are there to help you with your grain storage and marketing of your grain this year. That's Long Island Feed and Grain of Long Island, Kansas.
Long Island Ready Mix has what you're looking for in your concrete needs. With fast delivery with a consistent product, Long Island Ready Mix can turn your concrete dreams into a reality with high-quality cement.
Mittens of Oakley is located right off I-70 and Highway 40 in Oakley, Kansas, and they've been serving folks for decades. That's right, folks. They provide, of course, bulk fuel and oil delivery in 3 different states, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, you name it, they'll go there to take care of you. Plus, folks, they have a great convenience store. When you pull off the interstate, you can find about anything you want in the convenience store. If you're hungry, you can eat at the IHOP or run over to Sonic or maybe even Subway. It's all available at Mittens in Oakley, right off I-70 and Highway 40.
As we're back here with Open Spaces Sports, we want to take a look at the coaches here in this matchup. Ross, you want to give us an understanding of who leads which team here? Let's start with the Huskies.
For the Huskies, we have head coach Marvin Gebhard, who's been here since 2011. I had him as an assistant coach in high school, and he's taken over the head coaching duties in his 5th season for the Huskies. And we have assistant coach Josh Hansen, who's been here for 4 seasons as well, starting in 2020.
We're going to go to Star Spangled Banner. We'll be back here in short order. And Ross, some of those times that we wish we'd have done the Star Spangled Banner here live. We had 3 little grade school girls do an outstanding job with their rendition of the Star Spangled Banner before we get started here for football. It's great getting to hear some of those. How about the head coach there for the Jackrabbits?
Yeah, we got first-year head coach A.J. Govert, who was an assistant for the Jackrabbits last season, and first-year head coach Jordan Harney. We talked to AJ before the game, and he said he wanted to stay aggressive the whole game, and we'll see them elect to run the ball. As we mentioned earlier, it's pretty windy here today. Greeley County comes into this game with a record of 2-3. They have one win over the Rolla Pirates, which was a forfeited win, and against the Golden Plains Bulldogs, 53-37. They also played the Ingalls Bulldogs, Eads, Colorado, and have played Shiloh last week, as well as 5 JV 8-man games, which we know Greeley County is jumping up to 8-man next season. So we have a couple of young coaches for the Jackrabbits, and they're eager to play the Huskies today.
I really like the thought that they've got that many. I mean, you can see all the kids there from Greeley County. They had like 24
players.
24 players on the roster. I know that they had a few kids in jerseys and not going to maybe suit up here tonight, maybe on injured reserve or something, but a lot of good deals when you bring in all those JV games to try and get them ready to play some 8-man football.
Right.
Here, let's go down to the starters. Let's see for the Jackrabbits. Number 1, Lincoln Schaefer is a junior. Number 5, Kaysen Felton at quarterback in his first year back since being a freshman. Number 9 is Logan Harris. He's a junior as well.
Number 13, a junior, Eli Shear.
Number 13 is Eli Shear. He's a junior.
Number 45, a senior, Josh Vatruba.
Josh Petruba, the senior, wears number 45, the big man there in the middle.
99, a senior,
Dalton DeWitt. That's right, DeWitt. His grandma lives over there in Prairie View. He is a senior, wears number 99, big kid. Now we'll flip it over to Northern Valley's starting lineup as they cue the music. Pheasant Field couldn't look any better than it is here on this beautiful fall afternoon. Thanks for joining us at 2 o'clock start. Yeah, but one of the reasons why we got to go some of these 2 o'clock starts is referees. Right, this crew came and they said they'll do our game this afternoon, and I don't know, they'll probably do another very local game here at 7 o'clock kickoff, whether it be Norton or Phillipsburg or Logan, somewhere close. And they'll have to pick up 2. So if you want to get into refereeing, plenty of good opportunities available. Contact anybody in stripes. They'll direct you to the way, right, Ross? They tried to get you to ref, right?
Yeah. And you see a lot of first-year referees this season, as Northern Valley's had a lot of them. So, I mean, it's working. They're trying to recruit guys.
Starters for Northern Valley look like this. Gavin Tallheim, our spotlight player here tonight. 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore, leads Northern Valley in tackles. His older brother, the senior, 6 foot, 149 pounds, Kenton Tallheim. 6 foot, 150 pounds, senior, Nolan Kinnerconnect. Shifty. Can you keep him in front of you? The 6 foot running back, 168 pounds. He comes with a wallop. Wears number 21. Just try and catch him, Jeremiah Hansen. The big guy in the middle, 6'1", 183-pound senior, number 22, Jason Cox. And a 6 foot, 168-pounder. He plays on the line and a linebacker, number 44, Peyton David. As Northern Valley's starters come there, the reserves are right behind them. Hey, we talked about what those coaches said to us, Ross, but Ross, kind of what are your keys to victory here for the Northern Valley side?
For Northern Valley, I think they'll run a lot of power football. Against Tri-Plains Brewster last week, they ran under center the entire game. They had Kenton Tallheim under center with Jeremiah as their fullback and a wingback. So we'll see a lot of that today as it's pretty windy. For Greeley County, my keys to victory for them is to contain the Huskies on defense. We got a lot of speed for the Huskies. Let's see if the Jackrabbits can keep those guys inside and not let them get around the edge. As we mentioned, Jeremiah Hansen, a 100-meter dash runner for the Huskies. And we've got a lot of other speed as well, and also Nolan Kinnerconnect, who's going to cut back right, cut back left, go through the middle, go around the outside. We've got a lot of athletes for the Huskies, and so we'll try and see if Greeley County contains the Huskies and gang tackles for sure.
And one of the things that we haven't got to talk about is that these teams are 3 hours apart, but they're kind of really good rivals. And most of it stems from that hardwood. The basketball games between these two teams have been epic over the last couple years and been some of the most fun games I've got to call here at Open Spaces in my entire career. When it comes to the football field, Northern Valley's kind of dominated that over the. I think we played them how many times, Ross? You looked all that up.
Yeah, Northern Valley is 4-0 against the Greeley County Jackrabbits, and our first game against them came in 2018. That was a by-district playoff game. My senior year, we beat them 74-44. It was a very physical, hard-nosed game, high scoring, lasted 4 quarters. And I remember before the game there was a power outage, so we started that game really late. I about forgot about that, but the last 3 years, in 2020 we've won 67-18, 2021 46-0, and 2022 55-7. But as you mentioned before, Greeley County has had great matchups against the Huskies on the basketball court. So we'll see if today's game is a little bit closer on the football field.
Six-man football does resemble a lot of basketball, right? I mean, some of these defenses are straight man-to-man in some cases, and we saw that a lot at Shiloh when we played them, but looks like the captains got done with their meeting. The Jackrabbits won the toss, and they'll elect to receive the ball. And I'm going to change up roles here because my longtime partner, Aim Baird, is not here. Ross Cole, we're breaking him in here today. We're going to give him the play-by-play honors. I'm going to run camera and do a little color. So with that, Ross, the game is yours.
And it looks like Gavin Tallheim will be starting off as Northern Valley's kicker, so we could expect a deep ball here. And for the Jackrabbits, number 9, Logan Harris, lines up deep to receive.
The wind will be a factor. This wind right now is at Gavin's back. And my phone says 18 mile an hour with gusts to 36. One of the things that the coach, Govert, talked about to us in a pregame is how his special teams coverage of the onside kick. I don't think we'll see it here because of the wind at his back. He's probably going to boot it deep. But his team has struggled with that so far here this season. He put emphasis on it throughout this week of practice.
Right. He said they give up about an average of 4 onside kick recoveries by the kicking team, which is a lot of turnovers. And we see Gavin Tallheim kick it deep, and there's the touchback. That
ball went deep into the end zone, landed about 7 yards deep. They'll start on the 15-yard line.
Jackrabbits will start on the 15-yard line.
We'll see what Northern Valley does here on defense. Usually they go with the 2-2-2. We got 2 deep safeties, 2 defensive ends, and 2 linebackers, as they do go with this. Greeley County usually runs that off-balance line. We got 2 to the right. Kason Felty will take the snap for the Jackrabbits, hand off to Lincoln Schaefer, who cuts up the middle. Tackled by Jeremiah Hansen for about a 7-yard gain.
He did. He swiveled through that line. The point of impact was not until he'd already picked up 7 yards where he was driven to the ground.
Same formation for the Jackrabbits with 1 wing back, Lincoln Schaefer, deep. We go pitch left. He cuts back to the middle, trying to find some room. Brought down by Kitten Tallheim, for another 5-yard gain for the Jackrabbits.
I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Lincoln Schaefer here early, often, and consecutive carries here. Almost gets to a first down line.
2 carries for him in a row. I noticed against Eads, Colorado, he got 5 carries in a row for a score earlier in the season. Same formation for the Jackrabbits, little I formation. Hand off to the fullback this time, which is number 9, Logan Harris, is stuffed in the backfield by Tallheim and David.
The defensive line has been very impressive for Northern Valley when they've had success. Peyton David absolutely steps up and makes a stop on 3rd and short.
And we see Gavin Tallheim playing a little defensive end this time instead of linebacker. Seems like he's on his toes, ready to get in there at the snap of the ball right away. Little I formation, unbalanced line for the Jackrabbits again. As we pitch left, Lincoln Schaefer gets stopped again by Kitten Tallheim.
Big time play there by Tallheim. Holds him short of the sticks. Northern Valley turns over on downs.
Great stop by the Huskies as that was a 4th and 2 for the Jackrabbits. As I mentioned before, that touchback on the kickoff really helps as Northern Valley's in great field position. As Northern Valley splits out, Nolan Kinderconnect to the left with an unbalanced line. Hanson in the backfield, Kent to take the snap. See the snap to Tallheim, hands off to Hanson. He tries to go around the left side, stopped by Eli Shear. Great tackle by him.
Eli Shear got his hands on Hanson quickly, stopped him for very little gain on that play. They left him unblocked, and he made him pay.
Shear took a great angle. Hanson wanted to go up the middle and bounced out left, but he was there for Hanson. You see the same formation for the Huskies. Unbalanced line to the right. Tallheim to take the snap. Kinderconnect in motion. Fumbles the snap. Kinderconnect picks it up and pitches back to Hanson. Let's see if he can make a play out of this one as he dives, and Schaefer and DeWitt in for the tackle. Little miscommunication there, bad handoff.
I'm pretty sure that's not how Coach Giphart drew it up. We're going to put it on the ground, and then we're going to toss it back when we're about ready to get tackled. But something out of absolutely nothing, Hanson cleans it up for a 2-yard gain.
We got split out on both sides. High snap to Tallheim. He gets it down. Hanson to pass as he looks for Brody Preston right through his hands as the Huskies will go to 4th down and 13.
Just like last week, it looked like they've elected to put Brody Preston in at the center position, not where he was at for the first part of the season, but they moved him over, moved some pieces around, talked to Coach Giphart. He says he wants all of his athletic playmakers on the field at the same time, so he was trying to gadget up a few different things here. 4th down, they got a long ways to go.
And we'll see Tallheim go under center this time, the 4th and 13 for the Huskies. As he pitches back to Gavin Tallheim with Hanson and Tallheim in front of him. As he makes a good gain, but we'll see him get tackled out of bounds by Felty. And the Huskies turn the ball over. So 2 turnovers on the offensive side for the Jackrabbits and the Huskies today.
We talk about 6-man football and how everybody that we talk to about it's like, well, it's a track meet, it's a track meet. Wait a second. We've got some defense happening here on both sides. That ball hasn't moved 15 yards the entire game, and both teams have had a hand in it.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, Northern Valley against Tri-Plains Brewster went under center the whole game. We see a lot of shotgun formation this time. So we'll see what they do for their second possession as Felty pitches back to Schaefer. He's the lead blocker. He's going up the middle, cuts outside around Hammond, and pushed out by Peyton David for about a gain of 13 yards.
And that's what we're going to see. Lincoln Schaefer makes his way around defenders as you got to attack him because he is quick on his feet, gets all the way up to now just 2nd and short. Great position here for the Jackrabbits to try and strike early.
2nd and 1 for the Jackrabbits as Lincoln Schaefer on the sideline now. Felty to take the snap. Jackrabbits in a little bit of an I formation. Hands off up the middle to Logan Harris as he makes some gain. Nolan Kinderconnect and Jeremiah Hanson bring him down for about a gain of 4 for the Jackrabbits as they get the first down of the afternoon.
How many tackles did he break there? It looked like at least 2 or 3.
A couple, yep.
And, you know, a simple dive play up the middle results in a first down there. But, wow, Northern Valley's got to wrap up and drive him backwards in that opportunity. They had him right there at the sticks, but let him get away.
Yeah, main reason for him to get some more yardage is the blocking by the Jackrabbits. They got some big linemen. And we see a balanced line this time. Felty with the midway formation with the Jackrabbits. As he hands off to Logan Harris, he cuts back, and Tallheim's there to bring him down for a loss of 1.
Averages 15 tackles a game, makes a tackle for loss here, and he'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down for the Jackrabbits, 6 minutes and 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Northern Valley's still lined up in that 2-2-2 as Greeley County splits out 2 to the left and 1 to the right in a shotgun formation.
Going barnyard.
Yes. Got number 18 taking the snap, Tracer Alexander, as he mishandles it. and a loss on the play of about 6 for the Jackrabbits. As third down comes up.
Those six-man intricacies that you got to learn is that the quarterback, that's why you see all those handoffs and the pitchbacks, that by rule he cannot advance the football across the line of scrimmage until one of those few things have been done, whether it's a clear pitch, a clear handoff, or he passes the ball. But just another one of those, if you haven't watched six-man before, good luck.
About third down and 20 as he pitches back to Lincoln Schaefer. He scrambles to the left, and Hansen brings him down. What a tackle by Hansen.
You know, just when you anticipate a big play might happen because they got a quick first down there, Northern Valley's defense has stepped up, and looky. 4th and 30 now for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, Lincoln Schaefer was looking to scramble that time, but Hansen was quick on the pursuit for the Huskies. As the Jackrabbits line up 3 to the left. 4th and 20. Looks like they'll punt here. A short punt as the wind presses the ball. And the ball gets back to the line of scrimmage for the Jackrabbits as the Huskies will take over. First down on the 35-yard line.
In this wonderful defensive game that we all predicted, right? I think the over-under on this sucker was 88.5, and now we're looking at 0-0 midway through the first quarter. That's not predicted.
Yes.
The wind. Let's attribute it to the wind that's out there here tonight, right?
Huskies come out first down and 15. We got a wing back with Gavin Tallheim in the backfield. As the Huskies go under center, Tallheim hands off to Hansen as he tries to follow his blockers, but in for the tackle that time, number 18, Tracer Alexander.
Hansen picks up 1 yard for the Huskies.
Alexander, the sophomore, patrolling the middle of that defense and was there to make a quick and easy tackle. Coach Giphart, as he relaying these plays into his senior quarterback. Kitten's been there a long time. We'll see if he can lead him into something positive here on this second down play.
2nd and 14 for the Huskies, same formation for them. Tallheim takes the snap, pitches back this time to Gavin as he has 2 lead blockers. He goes around the left side, pushed out by number 5, Kaysen Felty. Good gain by the Huskies.
Just kind of ran out of room out there. They strung him out. The Jackrabbits just strung that play out, strung it out, and all of a sudden Tallheim had nowhere to go but out of bounds. Felty knocks him out. 3rd and manageable here, but still 3rd down in a 2-down situation, I would assume.
Score is 0-0. 3rd down and 7 for the Huskies with about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Same formation with their wing back, Hansen, and Gavin Tallheim as their fullback. As we see a fake handoff and some playback as Hansen catches and scores for the Huskies on 3rd down. That play action pass worked to perfection. He was wide open.
You talked about it early in your pregame. You talked about it in your keys with the play action pass. It's the first time that we've seen it here today as Tallheim rolls out. Nobody out there to guard Hansen, and he catches it and walks into the end zone.
Yeah, usually in 6-man football, when you see passes, it's from a shotgun formation, and that play-action pass works well because they're faking a couple handoffs as Owen Hammond is wide left on the extra point kick. So the Huskies are up 6-0 against the Greeley County Jackrabbits with 4 minutes and 30 seconds in the first quarter.
And we'll be back with more at Open Spaces Sports in 60 seconds.
Stephen Cox and Associates of Long Island, Kansas wish the Northern Valley Huskies good luck this year. Stephen Cox Association and its employees value good sportsmanship and are committed to the athletic and academic success of the students of Northern Valley. Go Huskies from Stephen Cox and Associates.
All American Glass is there to serve their customers wherever they are. At All American Glass, they feature NGA certified master technicians to handle your insurance claims or emergency repairs. All American Glass will repair first and replace when necessary. Call All American Glass in Long Island, Kansas at 785-854-7625 or toll free at 866-312-2257.
Well, what do you think, Ross? You getting your feet wet underneath you? You're doing a great job of broadcasting this one here. We're at least on the scoreboard now.
Yeah. Huskies come out a little bit more than halfway through the first as Gavin Tallheim lines up for the kick. Short this time, and Logan Harris muffs the kick. He picks it up at about the 1 yard line. shakes the tackle, finally brought him down by Peyton David and Nolan Kinderconnect. Pinned him back on the 2-yard line.
Oh, that's terrible field position here for the Jackrabbits, but Northern Valley, even on the special teams problem right there, they've got to tackle. They're not wrapping up, but right now they forced them into a horrible spot. Just 2 yards outside their own goal line.
You'd love to see deep kicks and 6-man football forcing them to get 80 yards for a touchdown instead of Greeley County taking over at the 40. They take over at about the 3-yard line. Kason Felty lines up to take the handoff. Hands off to Schaefer around the right side. He just tries to bounce it outside, cuts back, and met by Tolheim and Tolheim. For the
Tolheim duo right there cleans up the mess.
On the tackle.
As Northern Valley did a great job of keeping their angles of pursuit and keeping everybody rolling back in and holding that edge was Brody Preston.
Second and around 10 for the Greeley County Jackrabbits as Kason Felty lines up in a shotgun formation, 1 to each side, pitches back to Schaefer as he looks to run this time and is met by Peyton David for a minimal gain for the Jackrabbits, bringing up 3rd down.
Once again, the defensive line coming to play as they were quickly trying to get in. They looked like it was in a passing formation, but Peyton David just ran Schaefer down there in the corner, and they got a long ways to go here on 3rd down.
Great defense from the Huskies so far. About 3rd down at 11 this time as the Jackrabbits lose 1 yard on that play. As we line up 3 to the left side, and Schaefer will be in the shotgun formation to take the snap this time. As he passes out to Logan Harris, met by Gavin Tallheim and Peyton David for another minimal gain.
They tried a little bubble screen. They brought DeWitt out, the big lineman, out there to try and get some yards. But quickly, they just were all wrapped up. Northern Valley's pursuit angles were fantastic.
Yeah, it's important for the Huskies to come forward on tackles instead of waiting for the Jackrabbits to make their decision. We're right on them. 4th down and 11 for the Jackrabbits. As we'll see if Schaefer punts or runs. He looks like he's going for the run. Gavin Tallheim there brings him down as the Jackrabbits only gained 3 on that play, and a turnover on downs by the Jackrabbits as the Huskies take over. 1st down at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Huskies.
I thought Schaefer was going to do like a rugby-style kick or something like that, but he elected to try and make the corner. Tallheim just got to him before Schaefer thought he was. Therefore, he could not advance that ball. Turns it over in a bad position here as Northern Valley is knocking on the doorstep.
Huskies take over, will line up under center. Hansen as their wing back, Tallheim in the backfield with the unbalanced line. Tallheim to take the snap. Pitches back to Gavin Tallheim. He looks to pass. Now he tucks and runs. Tries to follow his blockers and is brought down by Alexander and DeWitt for a 2-yard gain.
5 Jackrabbits over there to make sure he doesn't go any farther. And it took him multiple to bring him down. Gavin, quite the load as he carries the football. I really thought he was, like you said, going to look to pass.
Yeah, he had both hands on it looking to pass.
Northern Valley didn't have anybody open in the passing tree.
Northern Valley to go under center. 2nd and goal for the Huskies on the 8-yard line. As he pitches left to Gavin Tallheim. DeWitt in pursuit. And he gets him. Gavin Tallheim releases it this time and just out of the end zone as he was getting tackled by DeWitt. Good pursuit by DeWitt that time.
So DeWitt had him wrapped up. Tallheim still was able to get the pass off just out of the reach of Cox out there. But good defense for the Jackrabbits. And their defense is standing strong other than that one pass play that we talked about. Now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for the Huskies on the 8-yard line. Under center this time is Tallheim. Takes the snap, hands off to the wingback, and reverses to Jason Cox as he goes for the goal line and gets about 4 yards on that play. Huskies are not going to have 4th and goal from the 4-yard line.
Lincoln Schaefer, we said his name a lot. He was out there on an island. It was him. Tallheim was trying to block him, and he went through the block and got to the ball carrier. Stopped a touchdown there. Forces 4th down here for Northern Valley. And Coach Gippard says, we're going to talk about it, boys, and gives us an opportunity to thank all our sponsors that make everything happen here at Open Spaces Sports.
All Equity Bank, they mean more. More solutions for your finances and more bankers standing by, whether that's in our lobbies or in the drive-thrus. They're at the Equity Bank. They're proud members of the community, big supporters of high school athletics. They shoot straight, and you score when it comes to no ATM fees nationwide. And don't forget to ask about Equity Bank Insurance, which offers an array of insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com to let them show you why equity means more.
Back with Open Spaces Sports, Clint Cox and Ross Cole on your broadcast. What do you think? 4th down and goal here for the Huskies.
4th down and goal. We got an unbalanced line to the left. Tallheim under center. And it looks like we've got a false start on the Huskies.
Maybe we just needed a little more field to play with, right?
Yep, we might see a pass here as they're 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line.
4th down and goal from the 10-yard line.
Change in personnel as Cox and Peyton David come off. Owen Hammond and Nolan Kinnerconnect come on.
As Tallheim lines up in their usual formation, shotgun with 2 split out. You see a pitch back to Hansen. He's looking to pass. He's got room to run. And he cuts out right and scores for the Huskies.
Northern Valley scores on a little patch back to Hansen. Let's see if I can get it on replay here or not. 2 times that Hansen's been able to get the ball into open field. They have not been able to contain him from getting in for 6. This time works again for a 12-yard touchdown run.
That play worked for the Huskies that time because they spread them out. They were lining up under center the whole drive. And Jeremiah Hansen connects with Jason Cox on the 1-point conversion this time as the Huskies now lead 13-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
We'll hit the replay button on that one. They had to run the fire drill there as the snap was not good, and neither was the replay button for that matter. I'll have to just tell you that Jason Cox caught the ball. It wasn't that spectacular, right? The replay, it would have been spectacular.
Right.
But now you just have to understand he caught it for the 1-point
1-point conversion. Yep.
That's one of those things in 6-man football that's different. You must kick it if you want 2 points on an extra point.
2 points for the extra point kick, 1 point for a pass or run-in, 4 points for a field goal, and your normal 6 points for a touchdown.
Some of those other rules, 15 yards for a first down. They do play on an 80-yard field by 40 wide.
In honor of our free hot dog feed.
And let's see here. And there's only 6 players on the field for each side, right? I haven't got implemented the one rule that I would love to have when it comes to 6-man football. Nobody asked me what I want, but I really think, maybe this game doesn't dictate it, but I would really like to see as Gavin Tallheim blasts it out of the end zone on that one. My intricacy, the crazy little rule would be if you're losing, you get an extra player on defense. So right now,
that would change things. Yeah.
So right now, anytime that the Jackrabbits would be on the defensive side of the ball, they get 7 players versus the 6. I don't know. I like football. I like defensive football. We're seeing it a little bit here today, but it's not normal a 6-man game that we get to see a lot of it. But, nobody's asked me, but you know what? I told you anyway.
Jackrabbits 1st and 15 from their 15-yard line as they pitch back to Schaefer around the right side. Jason Cox in pursuit, and Nolan Kinnerconnect there for the assist as the Jackrabbits gain 5 yards, and we'll have 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Come flying up from that safety position. Kinnerconnect just cleans everything up with a nice hit there to finish him off. And what Northern Valley needs is that group tackling, team tackling, because they have not been able to get the Jackrabbits down with just one man.
Jackrabbits line up wide this time. One to the right, one to the left. With Alexander lined up as quarterback as he pitches back to Lincoln Schaefer, who looks to pass this time. Our defensive end's in pursuit, and he stays behind, and Nolan Kinnerconnect bats it down for the Huskies as the Jackrabbits come up with 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line.
Schaefer was scrambling around trying to make it happen and tried to squeeze a pass in. Probably would like to have that one back, but so would Nolan Kinnerconnect as he feels like he should have been able to pick that one off. But Timeout on the floor, on the grass, on the floor, whatever you want to call it, by Coach Gobert will give us 60 seconds back for those sponsors.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Schaefer looking back to pass now as he scrambles. Throws a little screen pass to 13. Eli Shear, who has a good gain on the play, pushed out by Jason Cox and Jeremiah Henson as Greeley County picks up a first down, and then they will be on the 40-yard line.
As he just kind of kept scrambling around looking and surveying for his teammates, you know, he can throw to anybody and everybody. Everybody's eligible on that. He found a receiver who was easily converted that first down.
Alexander, the quarterback for the Jackrabbits, pitches back to Schaefer again as they look down to pass. Screen pass to Alexander as he tries to make a move. About stopped by Kinderconnect as 3 Huskies bring him down.
It's the same old story, right? Make a tackle. Good thing his teammates showed up to back him up as Kinderconnect did not wrap up on that one. Big stick, just not enough stick up.
That's right. Shear, the center for the Jackrabbits, have Alexander at quarterback. 3 lined out left, as we'll see Schaefer take another pitch. Our ends come up, but he's looking to run. Evades a couple tacklers and brought down by Nolan Kinderconnect this time. He got his payback with a tackle that time.
Going to be just short of a first down, but third and manageable here for the Jackrabbits. They're starting to put together a little bit of a drive.
They're getting a lot of yards here because they're spreading the field out. And I was eager to see if Northern Valley would sit down with their ends and wait for Schaefer to make up his mind, but we've been trying to rush, which frees up Schaefer to run the ball and also scramble around to see if he can pass.
And they're going to let the quarter go all the way down. Northern Valley will end the first quarter with a 13-0 lead. And we'll be back in 2 minutes with more football here from Fessenden Field in Almena, Kansas.
When it comes to personal service and minor tune-ups, tire repairs, and more, you can depend on Home Oil Company of Almena. Whether it's filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics. Long Island Feed and Grain is a proud supporter of the Northern Valley Huskies year after year. At Long Island Feed and Grain, they are there to help you with your grain storage and marketing of your grain this year. That's Long Island Feed and Grain of Long Island, Kansas.
Long Island Ready Mix has what you're looking for in your concrete needs. With fast delivery with a consistent product, Long Island Ready Mix can turn your concrete dreams into a reality with high-quality cement.
Mittens of Oakley is located right off I-70 and Highway 40 in Oakley, Kansas, and they've been serving folks for decades. That's right, folks. They provide, of course, bulk fuel and oil delivery in 3 different states, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, you name it, they'll go there to take care of you. Plus, folks, they have a great convenience store. When you pull off the interstate, you can find about anything you want in the convenience store. If you're hungry, you can eat at the IHOP or run over to Sonic or maybe even Subway. It's all available at Mittens in Oakley, right off I-70 and Highway 40.
Pass is ruled incomplete as Schaefer looked to connect with Logan Harris with a deep ball on that play.
Well, I need aim back apparently to run the camera because I forgot I had to do it. And sorry we missed that play.
(13-0) as the Huskies lead the Greeley County Jackrabbits with 9 minutes and 54 seconds left here in the second quarter. Alexander lines up as quarterback, pitches back to Schaefer for the Jackrabbits. He looks to pass with Gavin Tallheim coming in pursuit. He's going to elect to run this time, pushed out by Nolan Kinderconnect as the Jackrabbits pick up a first down, looks like.
They will pick up the first down on that scramble there by Schaefer, and they keep the drive alive and trying to make their way into the end zone here, put a game together. As if they can put this in here, this is going to be a four-quarter game.
One split out on each side for the Jackrabbits with Alexander to take the snap. Pitches back to Schaefer. Huskies look to rush as they throw another screen pass to Shear, and great tackle by Jason Cox for a loss on the play as it brings up second down and 17 for the Jackrabbits.
Jason Cox just absolutely comes up and fills the position, lowers his center of gravity, gets those shoulder pads down, hits him in the gut and drives him backwards. That's the technique that you want to show on each and every one of them. Way to go, Jason, there, forcing him into 2nd and 16 here. And we will get that scoreboard fixed when I can figure it out. Let's put it that way.
Jackrabbits come up in the same formation. Lincoln Schaefer out wide to the left this time as they pitch back to Felty. He comes up through the middle with Jeremiah Hansen right behind him, and Hansen brings him down for a gain of 6 on the play, bringing up third down and 11 for the Jackrabbits.
Just enough rush that Felty could not find the streaking Schaefer as he was wide open for a touchdown. It got behind the Husky defense, but he just couldn't get the pass off.
8 minutes and 30 seconds here in the second quarter. Huskies lead 13-0 as Greeley County comes up with a third down and 11. Alexander to take the snap. He pitches back to Schaefer. Schaefer looks to throw this time. Got Felty and DeWitt. Elects for the screen pass to Alexander as he has blockers ahead of him, but Jason Cox comes in for another great tackle as there is a flag on the play.
Flag down on the field. I didn't see it. Did you see it, Ross?
I did not.
We'll see what the preliminary signal is here momentarily. And
penalty against the Jackrabbits.
Well, it looked like it was offensive pass interference, but it has to happen when the ball is in the air to be a... So maybe somebody was trying to get a block a little early on that screen pass or something like that, Ross. As the only thing I can think of on that one.
As it'll bring up a replay. Third down for the Jackrabbits. About 21 to go.
Doing a little dance up here. We're getting there closer.
8 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Huskies up 13-0. Jackrabbits 3rd and 21. As we see Yanez to take the snap this time. Pitches back to Schaefer. Hansen in pursuit. He's scrambling to the right. Evades Hansen. Looking to pass. Throws downfield. Almost picked off. Almost picked off by Peyton David. Kenton Tallheim almost got to it as well.
Well, there was an almost a sack in the backfield as Hansen thought he had Schaefer in the backfield. Almost an interception for Peyton David. Then an almost reception for the Jackrabbit in that equation. And then it just fell incomplete after all that almost. But this almost will now bring us to a 4th down and 25 yards to go.
As the Huskies are still lined up in their 2-2-2 defense. We got 3 lined up wide to the left as the Jackrabbits look like they'll elect to punt. Yanez to take the snap. Pitches back to Schaefer this time. He's looking to pass. Has men downfield. Elects for another screen. It is in and out of the hands of Felty as the Jackrabbits turn the ball over. Huskies take over at the Jackrabbit 35-yard line. 1st and 15 for the Huskies.
I don't mind Coach Gilbert going for that there on 4th down. His team had put together a drive there that was standing from the end of the first quarter into the second quarter. Had really milked the clock a long ways trying to keep the air out of the football, which is what I'd want to do to try and keep this Husky offense off the sideline. But he needed points here before half. It just fell up short.
Huskies line up under center with Tallheim to take the snap. Pitches back to Hansen. Got 3 blockers ahead of him. Great block by Kenton Tallheim, and Hansen is brought down by Eli Shear for a big gain.
You know, that's a first down conversion that Northern Valley's had. That one carried 16 yards on that one to get the first down. But, you know, Northern Valley, you talked about it in the pregame, Ross. They wanted to run downhill. They wanted to be power football, and we finally saw it here into the middle of the second quarter.
Well, we see it now because they're running against the wind.
Yeah.
We've got Tallheim under center again with Kinderknecht as the wingback. As he hands off to Kinderknecht, as he cuts back left into the traffic and gets stopped by DeWitt and Felty. Had a little room on the right side, but made a decision to cut back left.
Tried the cutback lane. It was filled there by DeWitt as he was at the nose guard kind of position area and just was right there when as soon as he came back, he was there able to wrap him up.
2nd and 12 for the Huskies with a little over 7 minutes left in the second quarter. As we see Kinderknecht as the wingback, Gavin Tallheim as the fullback, and Kenton Tallheim to take the snap for the Huskies. Greeley County in a 3-2-1 defense as Tallheim hands off to Tallheim as he goes right up the middle. Great trap play by the Huskies, brought down by Lincoln Schaefer for a gain of about 8 yards.
That's a good second down play there for the Huskies. Make it 3rd and manageable, and it was simple. Just go block the guy in front of you and give it to the big man, Gavin Tallheim, and say, go run somebody over.
And a great job by Peyton David and Jason Cox clearing out that defense for Tallheim to have a big gain. Huskies line up in the same formation. Tallheim to take the snap. Same play, but it's fumbled by Gavin Tallheim and recovered by Felty of the Jackrabbits.
So right there, Northern Valley getting some momentum, looking for points, and they put the ball on the ground. Jackrabbits quickly jump on it. They take over.
Jackrabbits have 1st down and 15 from the Husky 17-yard line. Shearer at center with Felty behind him. Lincoln Schaefer lines up as the fullback with Logan Harris as they pitch back to Schaefer. He goes left, cuts back right, and is met by Peyton David. About a gain of 3 yards for the Jackrabbits.
You know, that seam was there. If Peyton David does not make that shoestring tackle, Schaefer is still running towards the end zone.
The only person he'd had to shake was Owen Hammond on the right side. So we might see Lincoln Schaefer run around the right side again for the Jackrabbits. 2nd down and 13 in the second quarter. 13-0 Huskies lead. Felty to take the snap as they've got a balanced line this time. 2 backs staggered around him. They pitch back to Schaefer, and Gavin Tallheim sniffs that one out.
Gavin ran through the block, ran over the block, and then just wrapped up the Schaefer there for the 2-yard loss.
Brings up 3rd down and 13 for Greeley County.
Northern Valley, after coughing up this football, has really come off a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side. I didn't see which team there called timeout, but it doesn't matter. It gives us 60 seconds to thank the sponsors that make everything possible here at Open Spaces Sports.
Stephen Cox and Associates of Long Island, Kansas wish the Northern Valley Huskies good luck this year. Stephen Cox Association and its employees value good sportsmanship and are committed to the athletic and academic success of the students of Northern Valley. Go Huskies from Stephen Cox and Associates.
All American Glass is there to serve their customers wherever they are. At All American Glass, they feature NGA certified master technicians to handle your insurance claims or emergency repairs. All American Glass will repair first and replace when necessary. Call All American Glass in Long Island, Kansas at 785-854-7625 or toll free at 866-312-2257.
We're back here in Alameda, Kansas. Huskies lead 13-0 in the second quarter with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first half as Greeley County lines up 3 wide with Yanez at quarterback, Schaefer in the backfield as they pitch back to him. He's looking to pass. He's got men downfield. As he slings it down the left side, he's got Logan Harris, and Kinderknecht almost comes up with the interception, bringing up 4th down and 13 for the Jackrabbits.
That's a great look. They've got to figure out a way to get on the scoreboard here before half, and they had the man. He's got the wind at his back. He threw that ball a long ways, but if he throws it another 5 yards, it goes for an extra 60 yards for a touchdown. I love the swinging gate formation that they got going on here.
Really spreads out the Huskies defense. 4th down and 13 as we see Yanez pitch back to Schaefer again. Brody Preston and Peyton David in pursuit as he does punt it this time for the Jackrabbits. A better second punt by Schaefer as it rolls down to the 32-yard line as the Huskies take over, 1st down and 15.
So when we thought he was going to punt it, he ran it. And when he thought he was going to look for a receiver, he punted it. Hey, keeping us on our toes, he keeps the defense for Northern Valley on their toes. There's not such a thing as illegal man downfield or anything like that in the 6-man game. It's just not in the rule book. So you could wait till your entire team got down there before you punted the ball to make sure you cover those kicks.
And you never know if you're going to have somebody open on 4th down. If you're thinking punt right away, you're not going to look downfield. So we see Tallheim take the snap, pitches back to Gavin Tallheim with 2 blockers in front of him. Great way to follow his blockers and brought down by Schaefer for a gain of 9 yards for the Huskies.
The Northern Valley pack has started to work here as they're just getting behind those big uglies up front and trying to get yards.
Great blocking that time by Kenton Tallheim and Jeremiah Hansen.
Maybe not big uglies, maybe medium uglies, right?
That's right.
You got to be over 200 pounds to be called a big ugly.
2nd down and 6 for the Huskies as they line up under center. Preston, the center for the Huskies, Tallheim behind him, and Jeremiah Hansen, the fullback this time, as they hand off to Kinderknecht, and a great pitch to Hansen around the right side. He evades the tackle and is brought down by number 13, Eli Shear, as the Huskies get the 1st down.
As Northern Valley went with a little like Nebraska option there, the clear handoff, so then he can either run or he can make the option pass. And that's what Kinderknecht did. He made a perfect read. That defensive end came right at him, so he just flipped it outside to Hansen. Hansen goes for a 1st down, and Northern Valley's rolling.
1st down and 15 for the Huskies on their 26-yard line. Kenton Tallheim under center. Hansen behind him with Nolan Kinderknecht as the wingback as he hands off to Hansen. Tries to get away from tacklers as he does. And he's got one man to beat as he's into the end zone. Jeremiah Hansen. Touchdown for the Huskies, a 26-yard run for Jeremiah Hansen.
Now that was a dipsy-do as he spun around multiple defenders there. They thought he had him wrapped up. Right here, he's got 2 of them, he's got 3 of them, and he just runs right through them. Jeremiah Hansen with his 3rd touchdown of this afternoon and puts Northern Valley up with 19-0. Now they're going to look to convert here they're going to line up. No, they are not going to line up into the wind for a 2-pointer. They're going to line up to go for a 1-pointer.
A 1-pointer.
Unless somebody's going to drop kick, which will be epic.
Tallheim mishandles the snap. Looks to pass this time. He's got Preston downfield, and it is off the target that time.
One of those that just felt off rhythm the entire time. They weren't able to connect on that conversion. It stands 19-0. Northern Valley leads here on Fessenden Field. We'll be back in 60 seconds with your kickoff action.
All Creatures Vet Clinic is located in Almena, Kansas, and they serve the fine folks of Phillips County and Norton County, and in and around the Almena and Northern Valley area, and of course Long Island as well, and even into southern Nebraska. All Creatures Vet Clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and you can reach them by calling 785-669-2227. Small animal care, large animal care, it's all available at All Creatures Vet Clinic, supporting the Northern Valley Huskies athletically and academically. At Equity Bank, they mean more. More solutions for your finances and more bankers standing by, whether that's in our lobbies or in the drive-thrus. They're at the Equity Bank. They're proud members of the community, big supporters of high school athletics. They shoot straight, and you score when it comes to no ATM fees nationwide. And don't forget to ask about Equity Bank Insurance, which offers an array of insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com to let them show you why equity means more.
Three minutes and 12 seconds in the second quarter here. Northern Valley now up 19-0 against the Greeley County Jackrabbits as Nolan Kinderconnect looks to get the onside as it goes right into the hands of number 52, Hayden Myers, freshman for the Jackrabbits.
Hayden Myers comes up with a big play there. Coach Gilbert talked to us about how he wanted to make sure and secure those onside kicks. They get there 1 for 1 on that side of things.
Yep, Nolan Kinderconnect is the Huskies' onside kicker as Gavin Tallheim is now the deep kicker for the Huskies. He had 2 touchbacks in the first quarter as the Jackrabbits take over at the 36-yard line with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left as the Huskies lead 19-0.
By far their best field position of starting of the day.
Schaefer takes the handoff and drops it off to Yanez. Great team tackle by Tallheim and Jason Cox that time for a short game.
They find the freshman Yanez, the big man in the middle, trying to get some positive yardage. They have got to figure something out here with now under 3 minutes to go here before half. They've got to get some points, Ross.
As you mentioned before, the Jackrabbits' best field position of the game is they're about at midfield, second down and 13 yards. Yanez takes the snap, pitches back to Schaefer. Great blocking ahead of him. He tries to evade Jeremiah Henson and does, and scrambles around the left side as he looks to run. Got one guy ahead of him as he elects to run out of bounds and picks up the first down for the Jackrabbits.
Stopping the clock, first down. That's what the Rabbits ordered up.
2 minutes and 27 seconds here in the half. Northern Valley up 19-0 as the Jackrabbits have a first down and 15 from their own 28-yard line. Josh Vrotruba now under center for the Jackrabbits as they go under center this time with Felty as he pitches back left to Schaefer, goes around the left side again, gets away from a couple, and Brody Preston brings him down as there a flag on the play.
Flag on the field. I think it's probably against the Jackrabbits, and it is. It's an illegal shift.
Legal shift is the preliminary signal.
On the Jackrabbits, simply meaning multiple people moving at the same time. You cannot have more than one person in motion. It's a live ball penalty, but it will knock them back 5 yards, and they'll repeat first down.
First down and 20 for the Greeley County Jackrabbits. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left as they replay first down. As they've got that unbalanced line this time. Felty under center with Alexander and Schaefer behind him. As he mishandles the snap, drops back and tries to make a little bit out of it, but it's wide right of DeWitt.
And I'm going to look into that play just a little bit more. It looked like it was a hook and ladder that was getting ready to come. They did a little quick out route out of that tight formation as that right end did a just nice little 5 and out, and the running back was screaming down this sideline. If they could have converted it, it would have won.
Would have been a big play.
It would have had two Jackrabbits versus one Northern Valley defender. They were just that close. And how many times have we said that today?
We see Peyton Jenkins come in under center this time, hands off to Alexander as he gets stuffed with a short gain by Jason Cox. Third down and 18 for the Jackrabbits.
This is where you really got to open the playbook up and try and find some lightning in a bottle. You've got to get points here before half. We talked about it earlier, but if you got something creative, something that you've worked on, something that the kids enjoy, let's see if they can make it work here right now and get some positive momentum for this Jackrabbit team, desperately searching for some.
Sophomore Peyton Jenkins to take the snap, pitches back to Logan Harris as he goes around the right side, trying to follow his blockers, brought down by Kitten and Gavin Tallheim as the Jackrabbits are now fourth down and 18.
Tallheim, we've called that a couple times here on the defensive side, and it just has not happened when those two come together, the momentum stops.
Clock is running, 1 minute and 10 seconds left here in the half. Northern Valley up 19-0 against Greeley County as they are looking to the sideline to see number 14, Peyton Jenkins, coming out to call the play. 4th down and 18 for the Jackrabbits.
Good coaching there by Govert, trying to run this play clock down, get as much time off of the clock just in case they do not convert on this long 4th down.
As we see 45 seconds and rolling here for the Jackrabbits. Jenkins under center. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch, and throws over the top. Jeremiah Hansen almost gets it with one hand as Jenkins was looking for DeWitt downfield.
DeWitt, who stands probably 6'3" at minimum, was out there. Hansen jumped over him. You've seen it in basketball a lot. Hansen's athletic ability to be able to knock that ball down. Otherwise, that's what we talked about. We talked about were they going to be able to pull a rabbit out of a hat. They almost did again. I think almost is the word if you're a Jackrabbit fan. That could be. Northern Valley has only got 19 on the board here in this first half. Your defense has done what it needs to do. Just your offense has been this close and hasn't been able to convert.
So we'll see Northern Valley has one more chance to score before half as Tallheim takes the snap. He's got Nolan Kinnerconnect downfield, throwing against the wind, and it goes right through his hands as the Huskies looked for a big gain there.
Good
as we've got 25 seconds left here in the half.
The defense was there. The defensive backs there for the Jackrabbits were in position to make that play, and they didn't get that ball batted down enough, and it got to Kinnerconnect. He thought it was probably going to get batted down. He just couldn't hold on, rein that one in. They're going to look to throw the ball again here into the wind, remember.
Lined up in shotgun, 25 seconds left with Kenton Tallheim back to pass. Fakes the handoff, throws out to Hansen, and the wind takes that ball left.
Isn't that crazy? You could see it. We had a great angle from right here. The wind is blowing at about 25, 30 mile an hour in some spots. And that ball only traveled 15 yards, but it traveled another 1.5 yards back, which was just outside the reach of Hansen.
It looked like a curveball, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Standing in the box and waiting for it, and it dove off into the other batter's box.
22 seconds here in the first half. Northern Valley up 19-0. 3rd down and 15 for the Huskies as Gavin Tallheim looks to take the snap for the Huskies. Hansen goes in motion behind the two backs. Here comes the pitch for Kenton Tallheim as he looks to pass. Now tucks and runs, gets down the sideline, and does not step out.
Did he tightrope that ball? There was a sideline judge right there. He never blew his whistle. Tallheim somehow stayed in bounds, took that ball 50 yards for a Husky touchdown.
Great block by Kinnerconnect and Tallheim as he does not step out.
Wow. His size 11 shoes were just big enough or just small enough to stay in. He squeezes another touchdown here right before half as Northern Valley looks to be lining up for an extra point kick.
It's hard to tell. He's got white cleats and we got white lines out here. We got Owen Hammond lined up for the kick this time. Hansen to hold. Here comes the kick. It is high, and
I don't know if it was good or not.
I think it was wide left.
And it was no good.
They never made a call, but everybody knew it wasn't a good kick.
And we have a late flag on the play. I don't know what that was. It looks like it's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike, but it's going back to that extra point. It's tough to see because we only have 4 officials here tonight. Unsportsmanlike against the Jackrabbits. It will be enforced on the kickoff, but it's tough to be able to see the line of scrimmage on both sides and then be able to see the uprights on both sides. Well, there's only 4 officials. Where's your referee supposed to go? So it's kind of a tough spot for the referees. And
yeah, you usually see 2 referees stand by the pads of the goalposts and the white hat right down the middle looking at the kick. And that one was wide left, but it seems like there was 1 referee back there instead of 2 to see if the kick was good or no good.
Well, not that it mattered. The guys here in the booth, our research guys, Kevin Seid said, no, that was way wide left.
We got 3 T-shirts.
Northern Valley up now 25-0 with 11 seconds left in the half. They will kick from the 35-yard line as Nolan Kinderconnect out to kick the onside again for the Huskies. Greeley County lined up in their 3-2-1.
You're putting your money out there, huh?
I believe so.
You're saying the onside kick is on its way. Well, I'll zoom in. Who's he going to kick it to if you're that good?
I'd say go right down the middle.
Right down the middle, okay, with Kinderconnect. We'll see if your actions are right. We'll zoom it in here. And
a little wind knocked the ball off.
Did you predict that as well?
You could assume so. You might have somebody hold it for him.
Well, then that's really changing the numbers.
As Kinderconnect is trying to set it, and we do see Owen Hammond hold the ball for him.
Don't Charlie Brown him, right?
Exactly. He looks for the onside, and he got a good bounce, and it is recovered by the Huskies. So Nolan Kinderconnect, the onside kick specialty man for the Huskies.
So a problem that has been out there for those Jackrabbits is just that. And then you throw on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, so they'll march him 15 yards down, and then the kick travels 12 yards, will march him down. The Huskies start at the 24-yard line after recovering that onside kick.
The Huskies might have 2 plays to run here as there's 10 seconds left. First down and 15 for the Huskies on their own 24-yard line.
I'd like to see him throw this ball out here to Kinderconnect and see if he can make a play out in the flat and get out of bounds, kind of shut this down, because this wind, I don't know if you can throw that ball deep.
Kinderconnect and Hansen at twins. Tallheim elects to throw to Jason Cox as he brings it down, cuts back left. Is he going to get away from the tacklers? He does. Jason Cox in for the 24-yard receiving touchdown for the Huskies with zeros left on the clock. Northern Valley up 31-0 with an extra point to come.
The replay might be tight on it. Yeah, Jason breaks 1 or 2 tackles. But that was not what we predicted, which was throw the ball to Jason in the flat and see if he can outrun the clock into the end zone, but he did.
Greeley County was keying on Hansen and Nolan Kinderconnect to the left, and Jason Cox was out in the flat as he runs it all the way for the score. Another fire drill is at a long snap for Hammond as he throws to Peyton David, and he scoops it up off the bounce, so no good on the extra point for the Huskies. And that is your first half, 31-0, Northern Valley up against the Greeley County Jackrabbits.
Welcome back with your halftime look into the stats. It's Ross Cole, and I'm Clint Cox here for your broadcast for Open Spaces Sports. The one thing we had in this game that we could talk about was Jeremiah Hansen and his tendency to continue to get on the scoreboard.
Yep, coming into this game, Jeremiah Hansen is the Huskies' leading rusher. He has 450 yards and 7 touchdowns on the season, and he scored his 10th rushing touchdown of the season for the Huskies, as he is probably also over 500 yards in this game.
Now, one thing that you have a quick knowledge of is a record that has stood for a very, very long time. It might not exactly be on the high school gridiron, but a Northern Valley football, junior high football, long-time record is about ready to go down, Ross. Talk about it.
Yes. For season rushing numbers, everyone may remember number 1 on the list is Chris Skimper in 1988, had 1,524 yards in a junior high season, which is only 7 games, over 200 yards per game. And we've got Griffin McKinney, the 8th grader for the Junior Huskies, has 1,313 yards in the season, needs 211 yards to break the record, as he has had 187 yards versus Grinnell, 125 versus Shiloh, 306 yards versus Logan Palco, 216 versus Golden Plains, 343 yards versus Tri-Plains Brewster with 8 touchdowns, as the Junior Huskies scored 98 points 2 weeks ago. And just yesterday, the junior high beat Weskin 53-40, and Griffin McKinney had 135 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. So he's got, as I mentioned before, 1,313 yards and 24 touchdowns for the Junior Huskies, as they will match up against the Western Plains Healy Bobcats, who have a team for the first time since 2005, as the Huskies will travel to Ransom Thursday night. And, he's looking to break the all-time record set in 1988 by Chris Skimper. And currently he sits at number 2 on the list, and I'll go down this list with names. We've got Chris Skimper, number 1, Griffin McKinney, number 2, number 3, Jacob Galentine in 2005, rushed for 1,310 yards. Carson Buffington in 2015, rushed for 1,267. Scott Chesney in 1995, rushed for 1,250. Number 6, Dusty Eagleberger in 2006, rushed for 1,056 yards. And our other 1,000-yard rusher in Northern Valley Junior High history is Philip Bryant. 2010, rushed for 1,026 yards with an 18-yard average.
What?
About 50 carries in the season. That's it.
Wow. You know, some of those junior high numbers are crazy. But if I was way young when Chris Skimper was running the football at the Northern Valley Junior High level, I got to watch him out here on the high school a lot, and that's what I remember. He was just a horse. But in junior high, he was a very small horse, just so fast that nobody could catch him.
And he was the lone back, too. I can't remember who the fullback was, but he didn't have a lot of carries, and Pepper David was the quarterback, handed off to him. Yeah, that season Chris Skimper had a 300-yard rushing game, and all the rest of them were in the high 200s. 1,500 yards in a junior high season is a lot.
A record that I actually talked to Griffin after his first game out there, and he put up such big numbers. I go, well, the record's a long ways off, buddy. You're going to have to get there. And I kind of said it tongue-in-cheek. He's got a shot at it.
He's got a good shot, too, yep.
And Griffin's a lot different back. He's a bigger back that has been able to find some space and then gone. Nobody can catch him.
Yeah, it's fun to watch him run. He's probably already 5'11", 160 pounds in junior high at a halfback position, and he broke his finger earlier in the year, so he's got a big black pad on his, I think, left arm. So he's tucking it away, using that forearm to evade tacklers, and he's got some speed. So, and it really helps. The junior high is also playing 6-man, so there's a lot of field.
I know. Maybe you're not interested in the stats on the junior high level at Northern Valley if you're a Greeley County fan, but we promised stats, and we really didn't have much. We were just up here doing a broadcast, and we didn't get any stats, but we wanted to bring the Northern Valley crowd in and understand what McKinney is doing at that junior high level. But with that being said, Ross, have you enjoyed your first half of football?
Yeah, I've loved it. It's going great so far.
It's been great. We've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock before we have our second half kickoff. Will give us one more chance to shout out at the sponsors that make everything possible here at Open Spaces Sports.
Pathway Ag is dedicated to providing a quality product and have a devotion to their customer success. Pathway Ag has everything from seeds and fertilizers to crop protectants and specialty nutritionals. Pathway Ag offers the products and services to their customers through multiple locations in Northwest Kansas. Pathway Ag has the products and services that their customers need so they can boost yields and build a better ag enterprise. Contact your local Pathway Ag today and see how they can serve your agriculture needs.
At New Age Industrial, we take great pride in our aluminum products by designing and manufacturing cutting-edge equipment for a variety of industries while maintaining the highest level of customer service. We're a global aluminum extruder and fabricator and one of the area's largest employers. Not only do we take great pride in our products, but we're also proud supporters of the Northern Valley Huskies. We'll be cheering them on all season long. To learn more, visit us online at newageindustrial.com.
America never stops. Thanks to the financial support of Farm Credit, neither do the farmers and ranchers who call her home. Since the beginning, we've been helping rural America show the world what hard work can achieve. But the job is far from over. And as rural America grows further, we'll be there, just as we have for 100 years.
Pathway Ag is dedicated to providing a quality product and have a devotion to their customer success. Pathway Ag has everything from seeds and fertilizers to crop protectants and specialty nutritionals. Pathway Ag offers the products and services to their customers through multiple locations in Northwest Kansas. Pathway Ag has the products and services that their customers need so they can boost yields and build a better ag enterprise. Contact your local Pathway Ag today and see how they can serve your agriculture needs.
At New Age Industrial,
as the buzzer went off there, it tells us we've got 3 more minutes before we'll get to your second half kickoff. As Northern Valley in control of this one with a lead of 31-0 over the Greeley County Jackrabbits. Might as well give the highlight of the people that did make the trip up here, the 3-hour trip drive. There you go, they got some camera time as well. High school sports out here, I know, are important to a lot of people, Ross. They're important to you and me. And it's just fun to be able to get out here on a beautiful Friday afternoon and enjoy some football. 6-man, 8-man, I don't care, as long as we get some football, right?
That's right. And I'm glad we can provide a broadcast for the people. That way they can, stay at home and at least be able to watch the game and not make a 3-hour trip. But, yeah, glad to see a decent amount of Greeley County fans here to watch in Alameda, Kansas.
Yeah, the field looks great. Come on. This is what we're after when it comes to, there's not a whole else lot to do, is there? You got to go watch a high school game. I wonder, being we had to kick it to 2 o'clock today, we'll give a few guys a little more freedom to maybe co-catch maybe some of the neighboring towns. Maybe they're going to do that. But then, of course, K-State had to go and schedule a Friday game in Stillwater, so maybe that might take my attention. But a lot of locals activity going to be playing, as Norton is playing, I know. Phillipsburg's playing as well. Big matchup on Open Spaces Sports. Goodland versus Colby I saw on the broadcast. You can look at all those games throughout that. And also, if you'd like to rewatch this game, make sure you could flip over to our archives page quickly after the game. We'll try and get the game uploaded, and you'll be able to watch the entire broadcast of not just this one, but any other game you want to go see. Just type in your school's name that you're after, and you can look into that search engine, and you can go back quite a few years. Ross, they got any of your games on there?
They do. I know they started broadcasting our games in 2015. So that would have been my freshman year. They usually just broadcasted tournament games, WKLL tournament, sub-state tournament. I think they did state tournament games as well for us in 2018, but now Northern Valley broadcasts pretty much every single game that we have. So it's really nice to have these games since COVID, to have games in 2020 to 2023.
Yeah, that's the only thing that happened good for me during COVID, I believe, is that I got a broadcast career out of it. Thank you, Rich Ship and Cody Epp, for that one, and all the sponsors here locally that allow us to happen. And when I keep saying that, it's important because those sponsors do pony up quite a bit of money to make this happen. It doesn't go into Ross and I's pocket, but the equipment is not cheap, and neither is the broadcast, if you can believe that. To be able to, every time we push that play button on there, it costs us money to be able to run on this format and everything like that. And we do enjoy it, so make sure and go into those sponsors. Not only spend your dollars, but spend your time thanking them. And maybe we've got a future broadcaster. Ross, you're doing an excellent job here for your first time out.
Yeah, it's been a few years. I went to Butler Community College for sports media, radio, and TV, so did a little bit of broadcasting, some community college football and basketball games. So this is the first Northern Valley game I've done, and it's gone well. So Northern Valley lines up 2-1-3 with a high onside kick, and Gavin Tallheim's going to fair catch.
And that's a smart play by Gavin Tallheim. is, yes, you can fair catch a kickoff, but not very many kids might have known about that. The heads-up play by your spotlight player, Gavin Tallheim.
And the wind almost took that away from him. It was coming back a few yards as he dove for the fair catch that time. First down and 15 for the Huskies on their 37-yard line. Huskies will go under center with Hansen as the wingback and Gavin Tallheim as the fullback. Unbalanced line to the right as Tallheim takes the handoff. Hansen pitches out to Gavin Tallheim with a blocker in front of him. Good block by Jason Cox as Logan Harris pushes him out of bounds. Great run by Gavin Tallheim and a better block from Jason Cox.
You know, the blocking at the point of attack is very important. Otherwise, that play doesn't go anywhere. You made the right point. Jason sealed the outside, and the pitch was not an easy pitch. Interconnect with it, or was it Hansen? Hansen made a great pitch on that play. And there was nobody out there.
Huskies first and 15 from their 25-yard line. Unbalanced line to the left this time as Kenton Tallheim takes a snap. Hand off to Hansen again as he's got Gavin Tallheim in front of him. Cuts right, cuts left, gets around the right side, and brought down by number 2, Gael Yanez. Brings up second and about 5 for the Huskies. 9 minutes and 38 seconds here in the second half. Huskies up 31-0.
Northern Valley able to rotate athletes in here, and has been wearing some of this Jackrabbit defense down. They've been playing 8 players, kind of rotating them in and out. Owen Hammond's been in there a lot. Now they brought in Kenner Connect, feature back here, as they'll hand it to him as he tries to get around the right edge and does.
Brought down by Tracer Alexander of the Jackrabbits as the Huskies pick up another first down. First and goal from the 6-yard line.
Sorry, I'd kind of reverted back to my old gig here as the play-by-play man. I stepped on your toes there, Ross. But Northern Valley making good effort here coming out of halftime and just pounding this football downhill and looking for the goal line.
They've ran it every single play, even with the wind to their back, as they go with an unbalanced line to the right. Kinderconnect, the wingback. Kitten fakes the handoff, looks to pass. He's got Nolan Kinderconnect in the end zone, but it is picked off by number 5, Kaysen Felty.
Kaysen Felty, the quarterback for the Jackrabbits, when they go into that throwing formation, just stepped in front of the receiver there for Northern Valley, and it ends up as an interception. I know Tallheim wants that ball back, but I like his aggressiveness. He just needs to settle down, settle his feet just a little bit more, and throw that ball on a line. It was a little too much air underneath it, and was able to be picked off.
Yep, Kaysen Felty in great position for that pass as Greeley County takes over at the Huskies' 15-yard line. First and 15, Felty to take the snap. Unbalanced line to the right as he hands off to the big man Yanez as he puts his shoulder down. Gets some extra yardage.
That's right. First contact was met right at the line of scrimmage, and he still gains 5 yards on the play because he ran over 3 Huskies in the process.
Got to get low on him.
Man, I about ran out of breath on that comment, too. Got to have some giggles around here. Huh?
Greeley County 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. 8 minutes and 9 seconds left in the third quarter. Felty to take the snap for the Jackrabbits. Yanez behind him. As he fakes the handoff this time, got Alexander on a slant route, and he completes it for the first down. Owen Hammond brings him down at around the 31-yard line.
That was a great play-action fake. It fooled me. I zoomed in on the camera angle. I thought they handed the ball right off up in the middle, and it works for a first down. We might see that again here, right, repeated, because that was a very successful play.
Great play-action pass. Got Tracer Alexander in front of Owen Hammond as he completes the pass. We got Alexander out to the left again, Yanez in the backfield. Felty takes the snap, hands off to Yanez this time again around the right side at about a gain of 3 yards. Jason Cox and Peyton David there in on the tackle.
Coach Giphart sent a stunt that time as he sent the linebacker Cox up the middle, was able to run that play down and check him over on that right sideline. But Northern Valley trying to stay aggressive on this defensive spot too.
2nd and 11 for the Jackrabbits, same formation. Felty to take the snap. Pitches out right for Yanez as he fumbles it, picks it up, and Kenton Tallheim there just evades the tackle, and 3 Huskies force him out of bounds back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 for the Jackrabbits.
Yanez is a load as a freshman. They do not have weights on our programs in front of us, but that kid is not small.
He's a freshman, too. I'm sure he's over 6 foot, 220, 230.
It's about what I'm going to guess him from up here.
As I mentioned before, Greeley County coach said they've played 5 JV games this season, or have 5 on their schedule, and Yanez was their starting running back, as they did feature only freshmen through juniors in those JV games in preparation for next year. As Yanez pitches back to Felty. He's got Yanez in the flat, and he elects to throw it away as Peyton David forces him out of bounds.
Nice quarterback hurry there by Peyton David. I thought he was going to get to him to get the sack, but he just gets it away. That is an interesting comment. You know, they are going to have to go back and play 8-man football next year. That's, you know, they have so many kids on the enrollment. Once you go over that, you have to play 8-man football. They don't allow you just to play 6-man. But so it's kind of yo-yoing back and forth. You know, we 6-man, we 8-man, and that's not easy on the kids, not the coaching staff, not the schedule, not anybody. But this year they're 6, next year they're 8.
4th down and 15 for the Jackrabbits as they pitch back to Yanez. Gavin Tallheim in pursuit. Yanez puts him down to the ground as Owen Hammond comes up with a great ankle biter tackle. Turnover on downs for the Jackrabbits as the Huskies take over at midfield, 40-yard line, 1st and 15.
They broke a couple tackles there, Yanez did, and he comes up 5 yards short, but I held my breath there. I thought he was going to get away from the Huskies.
1st and 15 from the 40-yard line for the Huskies. 5 minutes and 47 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Huskies up 31-0. Tallheim under center, unbalanced line to the right. Gavin Tallheim in the backfield. Hansen as the wing back as he hands off to Tallheim up the middle. Great gain by Tallheim, brought down by Shear and Harris of the Greeley County Jackrabbits. About a gain of 9 on the play. Greeley County in a 3-2-1, their normal defense with number 14, Peyton Jenkins as a safety. Huskies in the same formation, Kenton Tallheim to take the snap. Hands off to Hansen this time. He's got a couple blockers ahead of him up middle. He cuts left, and he is gone. 33-yard touchdown run from Jeremiah Hansen, his 4th of the day, 11th of the season. We'll see if we can get that replay for him. Gavin Tallheim up ahead, seals off. Great blocking by the Huskies as Jeremiah Hansen goes untouched for the Huskies as they are now ahead 37-0 with 5 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the 3rd period. Hammond back to kick. Wide left this time from Hammond as the Huskies stay at 37, up 37-0 against the Greeley County Jackrabbits. 5 minutes and 11 seconds here left in the 3rd period, and we will kick it to our sponsors for a 60-second break.
You appreciate it when people listen to you. You like it when they understand. We understand, and we think we have something you're going to like. My name is Brandy Archer. I'm part of the First National Bank and Trust family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit, member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family, at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank. Take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money. Get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Gavin Tallheim kicks it deep again with a touchback.
That ball rolled all the way to the street, where the referee has to track it all the way down to put it back into play. But Gavin, that's a new weapon that they deployed last week. They kind of went away from the onside kick at every opportunity and started going deep and absolutely flipped field position on their opponents. It's going to be a weapon that they're going to be able to utilize throughout the rest of the year.
Jackrabbits 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Unbalanced line to the right with Felty to take the snap. Trap play to Yanez as he tries to go around the right side. Lays on that stiff arm, breaks another tackle. Finally brought down by 3 Huskies on that play. They need a gang tackle if they want to bring him down.
So it reminds me of that player from Natoma a couple years ago. Do you remember that name?
I do.
Because do you remember who that is? He was a big back, reminded me of like the Dramone Bettis type of back, and it took the entire team to jump on his back to bring him down. Maybe this freshman here, Yanez, might turn into that in the future, but a good display of.
As the ball comes out, Logan Harris had a good gain, pops out, and Owen Hammond recovers for the Huskies. Goes around the right side, brought down by Shear.
I missed it there. I couldn't see what was happening. We'll hit the replay button. Tell us.
Looks like at the very end of the play, somebody stripped it free. Looks like Hansen as the Huskies recover and take over at about the 18-yard line.
Huskies will take over from the 18.
Usually in that situation, you're not thinking strip the ball away from him. You're just trying to get him to the ground on a tackle, but it's good awareness by Jeremiah Hansen to strip that ball away from the Jackrabbits. 4 minutes and 26 seconds here in the third quarter. Huskies up 37-0 as they take over at their own 18-yard line, 1st and 15. Hammond in at quarterback now, hands off to Jason Cox as he's got one guy to beat, and he is in the end zone. Sticks his arms out, gets it across the pylon. 18-yard rushing touchdown for senior number 22, Jason Cox.
Jason with his second touchdown of the afternoon, and this one is on a little reverse that they got to feature him and get out in the open field where he scores as he dives towards that pylon. Northern Valley, just like that, they make this kick, and that adds up to 45 points, a 45-point rule in effect. If Northern Valley makes it, this game is on ice. And they do not. They go direct snap.
And he throws it out of the end zone. Had a couple guys in the end zone, but wind to his back kind of sailed on him. Huskies are now up 43-0 against the Greeley County Jackrabbits here in Almena, Kansas this afternoon. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. We will kick it to some sponsors and be back in 60 seconds.
When it comes to personal service and minor tune-ups, tire repairs, and more, you can depend on Home Oil Company of Almena. Whether it's filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics. Long Island Feed and Grain is a proud supporter of the Northern Valley Huskies year after year. At Long Island Feed and Grain, they are there to help you with your grain storage and marketing of your grain this year. That's Long Island Feed and Grain of Long Island, Kansas.
Long Island Ready Mix has what you're looking for in your concrete needs. With fast delivery with a consistent product, Long Island Ready Mix can turn your concrete dreams into a reality with high-quality cement.
Mittens of
Welcome back here to Almena, Kansas. Northern Valley up 43-0 on Greeley County as they line up for another deep kick. Gavin Tallheim set to kick. We've got Caden Lowry, Connor David, Nolan Kinnerconnect, Gavin Tallheim, Owen Hammond, and Maverick Rogers on the front line as it sails out of bounds again. Gavin Tallheim had 4 touchback kicks against Tri-Plains Brewster. First time he was kicking deep for the Huskies and now has 4 or 5 today. Great soccer-style kicker for the Huskies.
His little brother Tate over there with the old Gronkowski deal on his elbow cleaned it up, made a good play on that ball. He didn't get to play much football this year as he injured that elbow early in the season.
Yep, first game against Grinnell, out in Grinnell. First game of the junior high season, so he'll be back for basketball season, which I'm sure he's excited for. Greeley County, 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Felty to take the snap. Hands off to Yanez up the middle again, and he's met. Tackled low by Brody Preston.
That's the first time we said Brody's name here tonight off the defensive end side of things. And you had to know that Coach Giphart was in his ear going, we're not going to give up that dive play like we did in that last drive. Be ready for it. And they do. They gave him the ball, and Brody Preston stood up. The senior told the freshman, just go ahead and sit down right here.
Felty to take the snap. Yanez on the carry again. Met by Preston and a load of other Huskies as he is stopped around the 20-yard line. 3rd down and 16 for the Jackrabbits.
It was like I hit the replay button. It was the same deal. They just gave it to him on a dive, and Brody Preston met him right at the line of scrimmage and tried to wrap him up and drag him down.
Northern Valley's defense now features Owen Hammond, 15, out in the left, Gavin Tallheim, Nolan Kinnerconnect, Peyton David, Brody Preston, and number 34, freshman Clay Van Patten. Excuse me, sophomore. Greeley County with the unbalanced line, 1 to the right. Felty to take the snap. 3rd and 14 for the Jackrabbits. He fakes the handoff play action pass. He's got a man deep, and it is just behind number 9, Logan Harris, his intended receiver.
Another one of those almost plays. They had the play action pass that worked in the first half that they just couldn't connect on the long pass play. This time into the wind. Tough play to make, and just couldn't put the pieces of that puzzle together.
Brings up 4th down for the Jackrabbits as they elect for the timeout. So we will be back here again with the rest of your broadcast after 60 seconds.
Is located right off I-70 and Highway 40 in Oakley, Kansas, and they've been serving folks for decades. That's right, folks. They provide, of course, bulk fuel and oil delivery in 3 different states: Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas. You name it, they'll go there to take care of you. Plus, folks, they have a great convenience store. When you pull off the interstate, you can find about anything you want in the convenience store. If you're hungry, you can eat at the IHOP or run over to Sonic or maybe even Subway. It's all available at Mittens in Oakley, right off I-70 and Highway 40.
Stephen Cox and Associates of Long Island, Kansas wish the Northern Valley Huskies good luck this year. Stephen Cox Association and its employees value good sportsmanship and are committed to the athletic and academic success of the students of Northern Valley. Go Huskies from Stephen Cox and Associates.
All-American Glass is there to serve their customers wherever they are. At All-American Glass, they feature NGA-certified master technicians to handle your insurance claims or emergency repairs. All-American Glass will repair first and replace when necessary. Call All-American Glass in Long Island, Kansas at 785-854-7625 or toll free at 866-312-2257.
T-shirts are flying.
Go ahead.
We've got 4th down for the Jackrabbits.
In the middle of all that, Ross, the far side judge let his flag fly. Wasn't a whole lot of communication with what was going on. Looked like an unsportsmanlike somewhere on that sideline. We'll just push him back for a 4th and a plenty.
So Felty back here to pass. That is as short to Shear. That brings up a turnover for the Jackrabbits as the Huskies take over at their own 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Huskies as they're up 43-0 on the Jackrabbits. 2 minutes and 49 seconds here left in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like a couple substitutions on the Northern Valley sideline. That's number 10, Maverick Rogers, into the game.
As we see quarterback 15, Owen Hammond, Brody Preston, Jason Cox, Connor David on the left side, and Gavin Tallheim as the lone back.
Yeah, Connor David started the year as the manager, and then they convinced him to get into the game and play. This run by Cox goes for a positive 1, 2, or 3. But good to see Connor out there as a freshman, the only freshman on the squad, I believe. One of the bigger kids on the team there is number 99, Aiden Keith, out with a meniscus in his knee issue. Is what I heard through the grapevine. Haven't been able to speak to him about it. But big kid there. He's going to be iced for a few weeks with that meniscus tear. We'll see if Northern Valley gets the ball into some of these young kids' hands.
Second and goal from the 5 for the Huskies. We see a penalty flag come in. False start on the Huskies as it pushes them back. 5 yards to the 10-yard line. Replay, second down.
Huskies will have second goal from the 10.
2 minutes and 6 seconds here left in the third quarter. Northern Valley up 43-0. Hammond to take the snap. Huskies line up. Second and goal from the 10-yard line as he pitches back to Gavin Tallheim. He's looking to throw. He's got Cox and Preston out there. Throws right in between the two of them. Tries to float it over, but puts a little bit too much. Gets past Jason Cox, and it's not far enough for Brody Preston.
I wish I'd have had that zoomed in, as both those players thought that ball was to them. And so they both laid out for it, and Gavin didn't get it close enough that either one of them could get a hand on it.
Rogers to the left, Connor David to the left. Kitten Tallheim comes in at halfback. Owen Hammond to take the snap as he pitches back to Tallheim. He's looking to throw. He's got David, Preston, and Rogers in the end zone. He elects to run and is pushed out around the 2-yard line as the Huskies are now fourth down and goal from the 2.
If they convert here, the game is over. What will Coach Giphart do on 4th and goal?
I believe we'll see another play-action pass play just because they'll have options in the end zone and kind of spreads out the defense. That way, Ken Tallheim can just walk in. 4th and 2 here for the Huskies.
I'd like to see him get it into the hands of either Connor David or Maverick Rogers here to put the icing on this cake.
Hammond takes the snap, pitches back to Tallheim, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies, 50-0. Northern Valley here ends the game in the third quarter. Ken Tallheim uses his speed to get around the outside.
And just like that, Northern Valley will take the victory, and this one in a 45-point rule in effect, and that's the ball game. Greeley County hung on for quite a bit there, stood strong there, stopped Northern Valley on their first couple possessions, but it all kind of boiled down to the inefficiencies of that offensive side. They couldn't move the football. They couldn't get any points up, and therefore they couldn't hang around long enough in this one. But Northern Valley has got a couple games here before playoffs start. Open Spaces will not be broadcasting the games in between now and playoffs. We have signed to, the sponsors have paid up to so that we could do the playoff run here for Northern Valley, and that's an all bracketed situation, isn't it, Ross?
I believe so, yep.
In the East and West, or is it all bracket? I can't remember.
So Northern Valley will match up against Golden Plains next week, Western Plains Healy the week after that. Then they'll have a cross-district game, so they'll play a team from out of their district before they go into the sectional game, then the regional game. Then after that is sub-state and state. So we'll see who the Huskies play for their cross-district after these next 2 weeks.
And that right there is pretty impressive, too. You know, these kids not only line up and smack each other in the face on the football field and bitter rivals on the basketball court, stop to thank their Lord and Savior at the end of it. Lord, we wish you guys from Greeley County a long, safe trip home here tonight. And Ross, heck of a job. Nice job. I'll give you a round of applause, no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah.
You come
Thank
off
you.
the bench, you know, fresh into the game, and you handle the play-by-play like you've been here all year, all day. So, you know, I might just have to retire and give my microphone up to you and just let you and AIM take this. Maybe we'll get you into a basketball game or two.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that'll be fun. But I want to say thank you there, and one last time I want to say meet those sponsors out there and tell them thank you for all that. I know those two, Kenner Connect and Schaefer, play basketball in the summer together, don't they, on a little traveling team?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You know, our kids, even though they're 3 hours apart, everybody knows everybody. And that's just part about living in Western Kansas. Be thankful each and every day that you get this opportunity. I know I'm thankful to be able to be broadcasting sports out in Western Kansas like this. It's been a dream come true for me. I thought my days were always just going to be stuck broadcasting to myself in a tractor, but now I get to do it up here, and they give me a little bit for it. So with that being said, Ross Cole, Clint Cox, and we want to just say thank you and God bless, and enjoy your sports here at Open Spaces Sports.